Oh, look at that! They made peace. No territory lost or ceded. Just like the War of 1812. Now, that's another talking point about American-Canadian relations, because, well, it's kind of the only time they went to war, but not really, because Canada wasn't really a thing back then. It was still a colony of the British Empire. War of 1812 was a war between the still infantile United States and the British Empire over, well, the main purpose of it was over impressment, which was, the British Empire was fighting in the Napoleonic Wars, and so to regain manpower from their navies,
Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking.
they would attack American merchant ships, Nice, attack American merchant ships and make the sailors on those vessels man the British warships, which was a pretty dick move and was a very valid cause for going to war, although admittedly most historians point out that declaring war on the British Empire was a very stupid idea. However, to be honest, this whole impressment thing had been going on for a while before any of that had ever happened. Oh. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm going to get reset progress on that. Build the library first so we can get back to the National College as quickly as possible. But to be fair, the impressment had been going on for a while, and diplomacy had completely failed. There's no other way to put it. It was a complete failure. The British were not negotiating. Although, on the other side of things, one of the reasons they were doing this was a lot of the American sailors they impressed were actually British Navy deserters. I'm not defending them, I'm just giving the full picture here, because, I mean, they were attacking trade ships from a foreign nation. A non-belligerent foreign nation that was not at war with them. That's seriously a very warlike thing to do. Move towards metal casting. Then I want optics. Nice. Going to have to look up where that city is as well. Okay, I've learned my lesson. Not gonna put that there. I think for now I'm going to keep that there because I've got more iron here. So, what wound up happening, the United States declared war on the British Empire, which, by the way, the US has only ever declared war 5 times. 4 or 5 times. They've been at war so many times, but most of the time there's never a declaration of war. There was no declaration during the Korean War, the Vietnam War, any of the Middle Eastern wars. Oh, shit. Eastern Orthodoxy. Unknown religion. That's probably one of the Russias. Running out of... Okay, so America is probably going to come in pretty soon. Start talking worriedly about my purchase. Okay, so let's get a look at what the beliefs they chose were. Okay. Oh, tithe! I wanted that one. Tithe is a really good religious belief. Fuck, I wanted tithe. I guess I can take another one, but none of them are as good as tithe. I almost always go with tithe. Let's see. Well, an idea is that I could go for the papacy one, which increases influence with city-states following the religion, which could seriously help if I wanted to go for a diplomatic victory, which would honestly be very appropriate for a World War I themed game, is to win everything by negotiating your way to it. I'll have to decide. Yeah, National College is not finished. So what should we build in the meantime? Oh. You see, this is why I have troubles maintaining high populations. My civilization goes into unhappiness, and I just plain out don't notice it for the longest time. For the longest time. Yeah, I can't sing. So let's get a circus, and then after that build me a coliseum, so we can get into positive happiness again. And start growing. Like, there's zero growth in Nice. Why is that? Open up citizen management. Okay. Oh, crap, what's happening? Oh yeah, I don't worry, Washington, I bought all I wanted. Oh, this is looking more and more disconcerting. Lungnice, I know production is important, but seriously, we need to get some growth. Oh shit, look how much that delays the library. Go there. There we get both production and food. Next policy, 18 turns. Because 18 turns I'm going to get my religion. Because in 18 turns I'm going to get meritocracy, which will finish off the Liberty Tree and will get me a free great person of my choice. And so I'm going to choose the Great Prophet, so I can get that religion founded. Which is a tactic I use probably a little bit too much when I'm going for religion. Okay, we're going to want to hook up Nice with Belgrade at some point. Get another trade route. Should already be getting... Okay, So... yeah, I did know that Washington would be upset when I bought all this land, or... well, it's not really land, it's sea, but... yeah, now I've protected any fear I might have had that my two cities would be cut off. Yeah, so I'm actually certain that it has to be one of the two Russias that founded Eastern Orthodoxy. I would imagine probably the Tsarist one. I've never played with any of the mods yet, but the Soviet Union one, I can't possibly imagine the person who programmed that would give them very much religious focus, considering they were an atheist state. That just... the concept of them having religious focus would be absurd, and Austria, who's in the game, also has a substantial religious focus as well. And they're Catholic, so my guess, they're the ones who founded Catholicism. Seems like a reasonable guess. So I'm going to say Tsarist Russia founded the Eastern Orthodoxy. I'm going to say this is Tsarist Russia. And Catholicism, I'm going to guess, is Austria. And we'll see how close to the mark we are with that. Ooh. Oh no! An unmet player lost their capital. Mussolini. Fucking Mussolini. But we all know what happened to Mussolini, or at least anyone who's seen that picture of him hanging in that piazza. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say that, Mussolini was... well, when the war started to turn away from favor for the Axis powers, the Italian people immediately turned on the fascists, and Mussolini tried to flee the country, but they captured him. He and a bunch of his fascist allies were summarily executed, and they took all their corpses and hung them from meat hooks in a piazza in, I believe it was in Milan. And people from all over Italy would come to see the bodies so they could do things like spit on them or shoot them. Really disrespectful things. It almost makes you sympathetic until you realize that we're talking about Benito Mussolini, who is pretty close to being literally worse than Hitler, but I'm not going to get into shit like that. But seriously, Mussolini, legitimately bad guy. Honestly, I wish I had an Italian civilization with a different leader. Because I don't like... oh, and he's building the Great Lighthouse, too. Dick, that's one of my favorite wonders, is the Great Lighthouse. But I generally like just building wonders in my capital, because your capital cannot be razed. And my capital is not coastal. And you know, honestly, if I had known the coast was so close, I could have probably just moved there and had a coastal city by the second turn, or by turn 1, because the game starts on turn 0. So yeah, fucking Mussolini. Who the hell did he conquer? Wait a minute. Okay. So... well, Whoever it was, they haven't been taken out of the game yet. If I come across their city in the future, I'm going to liberate it. Because if the civilization... Victory progress. If the civilization gets wiped out before we can meet them, we're going to have this question mark up here forever. And the only way to meet them after that is to liberate them. So yeah, I'm gonna fucking liberate one of their cities if they get wiped out. Who is it, though? Who did Mussolini just conquer? Wait a minute. I can probably figure this out if I work backwards at who I put in each slot. So this is Tsarist Russia they conquered. I think. Is it? I can't really remember who I made civilization for. I think it's... Oh wait, no. It's Germany. They fucking conquered Berlin. The Italians conquered Berlin. I think. Crap, I'm gonna need to go back into the footage and check because I can't remember.